Gladiators is the most structured, the most experienced, and has the biggest names in this region. You go to a map like Bank, you are going to have to dig your heels into this conversation. Realistically, where do you see ODIUM finding points in this match?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I don't even think it's going to be on their defenses, if anything. I think this map is very attacker-sided if you allow the attackers to get the space and the control they need, and I think GAIMIN Gladiators are one of the best teams ever in our region to do that once they get these maps. They're very structured. Fisher Guy has everybody probably with a whip and whip and a chain doing their job, so I think it's going to be very strong for them, this map. Their attacks, I couldn't see ODIUM getting a defense unless they do something really different. I think we're going to see a lot of jump outs. We're going to see a lot of roaming. We're going to see a lot of aggressive defensive strats today.
Right after we kind of said that it's going to look competitive. Looks like we've got two knuckleheads ready, so let's get into this, shall we?
Some wonderful analysis from Vince here. It's why we got him in, one of the best. It's a shame he never went overseas. But hey, an opportunity for every team. Maybe ODIUM could find a way through this GG roster, guys. It's not going to be an easy task for GAIMIN Gladiators. Sure, maybe shaking off the cobwebs last week, but I think this is the kind of game that they would be primed for, ready to just absolutely obliterate their opponent.
Yeah, I mean, I came into tonight under the expectation that this was going to be our most one-sided affair for the night. Well, we've already had a 7-0. Could we be in store for a 14-0? I don't quite know. I mean, it's certainly a possibility.
I don't think so.
It's possible. It's possible. ODIUM need to throw something different at GG here to stand a chance. I totally agree with Vin, whether that be in the form of like aggression or some crazy compositions or something to that effect. If they go into this playing stock standard bank defense, they're going to get slaughtered. So let's hope they've done a bit of prep and are ready to throw something new into the mix.
Yeah. I mean, right now, like, what even is the kind of goal from this match if you're ODIUM? Is it just one round at a time, see how many rounds you can get off them, even if it's like 2-3 rounds? Is that...
Well, I mean, they got one round last play day, so I'd say beating that. But the unfortunate thing is the benchmark set in that 1-7 loss was against a team that we are ranking to probably finish in the bottom 4. So it's really tough to make a case for them going into this game.
I feel like this is the kind of match, if we go to our Asia brethrens in Asia League, Bleed would dominate. Bleed would have like this ultra dominant focus and just demolish ODIUM like 7-0. Do GAIMIN Gladiators have that same mindset? Do they have that same approach when it comes to these matchups? Because it's very easy to get kind of lulled in. Look, they're smiling. Fisher's got a laugh. Sage has got a laugh. Like, they're all just kind of chilling, vibing. That's fine. That's not a bad approach. I'm not saying that's bad, but it's not the same mentality as like a Bleed, who are ultra cutthroat. Like, they just want to beat you down and get out of the server as soon as possible. The GAIMIN Gladiators bring that same mindset into this match and instill that. Because it's easy to just, it's very easy to just like look at your opponent and be like, oh, okay, this should be a pretty chill game. Let's run around. Let's do some silly things. We'll end up winning like 7-3, 7-4, whatever. I want to see them just like try and play as strict as possible. They're attacking first up, so I mean, it's probably the best way, because if you go defense, it's very easy to, I think Vinny was talking on the couch, like things like runouts and things like that. I could probably see them be ultra aggressive on defense. That could then open up some holes for ODIUM to attack into. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to be very curious to see how this does play out for GAIMIN Gladiators.
Yeah, I mean, it's ironic that Vinny said that he likes Bank as a map, because it was his team that actually beat this roster not in the too far distant past. And in that match, GG really did overcomplicate things to the extent that it left holes, especially defensively. But full focus now on attack and expecting them to be strong in this match. Basement up first from ODIUM, looking to bounce back after quite a disastrous opening to the league. Then they won the entry in one of the 8 rounds played in that particular match. It was a very one-sided affair over on Border. Very different style of map though, Bank, and perhaps it's a style that could actually favor this team.
You can stop worrying about grenades now.
Yeah, I guess as well for ODIUM coming into this, no pressure, right? There's no expectation. As is always the case in these kind of matchups, where ultimately all the expectation is on GAIMIN Gladiators. And if ODIUM actually can start well, maybe get a couple of rounds on the board nice and early, suddenly all the pressure starts to mount on to GG for what would be, you know, quite an incredible loss if they ever were to lose this game against ODIUM. It would be some kind of loss, some kind of result. It's not something that I imagine will happen, but something always to kind of just keep in the back of the mind. If ODIUM can start well, who knows, could get to GG mentally. They bring the Deimos along with double hard breach, the Ashe, the Twitch. Wettables on said Deimos. One to really keep an eye out. As for ODIUM, though, when you look at their lineup, stall out, delay, time management, the gas babes of the smoke, the Vulcan canisters, you got the Banshees, all four of them now being brought by Crying.
Yeah, they've got this open area set up with the mirror windows. Red hatch open, so Crying will be pretty eager to fall back once he's able to collect a drone or two, which he is able to achieve. And so that leaves now just Ray up on first floor, the only player outside of that basement portion of the map, but he too will fall off. So a full drone trade, not too bad really for either team.
No,
GG
blue stairs hold though.
Yeah, GG not being as heavily contested offside as I perhaps would have expected, and again, probably what we're going to need to see, because GG are going to be so cutthroat in the late round. In a 5 versus 5, more often than not, you're sort of going to back them in, right? With the amount of synergy and experience that they have to close out.
Well, they got
round
the Twitch.
situations like
I mean,
that.
the Twitch has already blown up one of the Vulcan canisters. I don't even know where the other one is, but yeah. Just getting the work done because there's no pressure towards server, no pressure blue stairs. They'll eventually try and get Razor to throw some gas babes over. Wettables, though, loses his life to said Razor. Watching the hatch. I mean, the job of the smoke here is very much to delay the push when it does come through, but it's still a while until that happens. So watching the hatch nicely, it does lose his life though to Tuhan, and that's a big loss. You lose that smoke. Vulcan canister already dealt with by the Twitch shock drone. So suddenly in terms of that delay potential for ODIUM on the defense when it comes to this default push for the attacking team in towards through server, no denial. Plant goes down, watching the hatch. It's all too easy for GAIMIN Gladiators as they work through the checklist nicely. And for ODIUM, they just got completely undone, backing in through red. Hale's got no idea in terms of his positioning. And Freelo also unalive. Boop.
Yeah, I like that from Razor, the first initial peek up through the hatch. That's good enough, and that's the kind of style of player that can catch off more experienced players, because I'm sure Wettables dies there and probably doesn't comment, but thinking in the back of his mind, like, why is he peeking that? Why is there smoke contesting me hatch? That's stupid. It was a good opportunistic play, but to then double down proved really, really costly. There's no denial in towards that plant position, no nitro cells nearby. Freelo was too far away. If he had his in pocket, and it freed up that pressure on the hatch to, you know, go back into the hands of the attack, and Tuhan doing a really good job up above. So, again, even despite winning that first pick, GG still clinical in the late round and punishing what looks like the minor mistake in the smoke falling, but compounds into much larger issues for the defense.
Big thing for me, though, right, is they're going to double back down towards basement here for lockers and CCTV, but, you know, think about the way that they lost that round. It had nothing to do with the fact that Razor got the pick through the hatch. It really didn't even have a whole lot to do with the fact that they gave up so much up above. Sure, there was a momentary hold towards open, but that was, you know, dropped down pretty quickly. They had no way to deal with the Twitch. The Twitch just caused havoc in towards site, and on a site where you typically set up with, you know, your Vulcan canisters, they had a Banshee there as well. All of it just got absolutely decimated by the shock drone. So once that smoke gets killed, what do you have left to actually delay the plant from going down, which is the aim of the game when you're playing the way that ODIUM are defensively. They bring the Legion this time in place, and I don't know if that's really going to make much of a difference. I don't see how the Legion stops the Twitch from doing what it did in the last round. If anything, I also like the Grim choice here from Fisher, guys. It's just going to put added pressure for those sitting on site. They know ODIUM's going to sit site. They don't have to worry that much about the roam. Bring the secondary hard breach as well. So I think this might actually be a really good double down in the end for GAIMIN Gladiators, but depends on how much ODIUM stay up above in terms of this top floor hold. Freelo top main. Ray already falling off towards elevator, which has been reinforced off. Deathmark here onto the Legion of Freelo, who was top floor, making his way down main. Open area for now. Oh no. Oh my god.
And that's not even the player deathmarked as well, so Freelo's still in open area.
No, but it's a player that's in the same vicinity, right? So it's all about understanding and communicating that. If I'm getting deathmarked, they know where I am. If they know where I am, they know where you are. Somewhat credit, though, to ODIUM, at least for offering a bit more on the first floor this time. But GG are always just going to... And this is where the Deimos is going to be doing its thing. Easy to hunt this down.
Yeah, we'll see if Ray can support Freelo here, who's still in open, but now drops down. That's good work, actually, here from ODIUM.
Yeah, good rotate.
Wedables does have a drone in lobby.
Oh, 200.
I know.
Yeah, never mind. The idea is good, but I think GG is just better.
I mean, you've always got to expect there to be a drone lobby. That's very default here on Bank. If you're playing something like a Vigil that can mitigate that, then sure. But yeah, I mean, that's the drone right there. Like, it's just a default drone.
If you're going to make that push, you also just have to probably do it a little bit quicker and more faster as well, so that even if there is that drone there, maybe you can catch it on the timing. It's not like someone's going to always hit that 24/7. You might be able to push past it.
Yeah, with all 5 up. Yeah.
Round over. A little bit different, obviously, from the opening round, which had more presence in towards the site. This time, more of a contest up above from ODIUM. The death mark here, just so impressive now on Freelo. You literally understand now exactly where half the team is. You also know Hale's probably just playing deep, back of site, vault area.
GG might cook a back push here. Not feeling too confident in the red clear.
Flash drop now in towards vault. Okay, spotted him. Oh, and he gets the double.
Okay.
So much time, though, still to navigate this situation for GAIMIN Gladiators. Hale, good spot. Kit, not picked up right now for GG. He has to hold. Tell you what, could he find a 4K? Well, there's a third. He gets the quad, but Tuhan eventually wins the round. Some wry smiles on the faces of GAIMIN Gladiators because they started to cook that for all intents and purposes, and not in a good way.
Yeah,
nicely done from Hale, but I do question the vault drop in the end. I don't know why you wouldn't just go default.
Also, Crane there was actually on drone ultimately, and then the second pick on drone, Deathmark forced Freelo back. So the information difference at the moment, pretty massive between these two teams. Great attempt from Hale. We see the rotation here from GG. I think there were still Vulcan canisters up on default, so they didn't feel too confident there. The red clear was difficult.
That is such a... They're so lucky, by the way, because just when you push through a doorway like that, in any bloody shooter, you're not offering the ability for that trade to be systematically clear.
Yep.
The first player pushes through, dies. If Hale is even remotely possible to just fall back a little bit and reposition, suddenly that second player coming through, yes, you know the guy's there, but he also knows that you're there. It becomes a just straight 1v1. Misplayed that quite poorly. I mean, even Sage, to be fair, should have got that trade immediately as soon as they dropped, but look, they get the round win. One of my favorite sayings is you can't criticize a win.
The only number that matters is the one up the top.
Exactly.
So.
10 seconds to go.
Well, ODIUM give up on basement now.
Yeah, and they bring the clash for round 3, so they're not afraid to throw a couple of ideas into the mix, and that is, again, their major win condition. Not necessarily match-winning condition, but round-winning condition is to throw these different strategies at GG and force them to be the ones to adapt on the fly.
Claymore's in place for any potential jump outs.
Claymore's buffed on this patch as well. First play date OCE played on the new patch. The 0.2 second delay removed, and they're now instant, so something to keep in mind.
Not too sure if ODIUM's going to be going for any kind of jump outs. Hey, you never know. Observation blockers towards long desk. Couple of drone shot out, like the Capital and the Grim combination, though, in terms of clearing out key positions over towards square for Brendo. Well, there's the swing. I don't know why Crane even has to swing that. Jiggle peeks out and then actually extends out. That's an easy kill for Brendo. They just start to hit sight in towards CEO now on the Capital as the Flames clear out this position towards Janitor. There is a player in long desk. The close angle, though, won by Hale. The second round in a row, able to do his own part here as the Quan Hive launcher has pinged him out, though, towards long desk. And Fisher Guy getting the plant down into CEO. Nitrous cell thrown, but no one can detonate it if you're dead.
Yeah, Hale again, last man standing. Won his fight, but unfortunately the rest of the team dying to such a deadly entry combination that GG have to offer. Brenda in particular, even performing very well overseas at international events, so coming into this one was always going to be a threat.
Well, it's all about information, isn't it, right? All about understanding where your opponent is, where they can't be, where they can be. So if you play the Capitan, the Grim, that gives you so much information. Incendiary over towards Janitor. You have the Hive Launcher in towards Long Desk. We know where they are now. We know where they can't be. They're not sitting in sight. When you play CEO like that, you know, once you clear out and you get control of airlock like this, you know they're going to be playing Long Desk. They're over towards Front Desk, maybe back over towards like main in the hallway position. And for GAIMIN Gladiators, they can just play off that information so well. 9-0 start, by the way, for Tuhan. Very important individual performance. There's always going to be that added pressure coming in. You're replacing a guy like Oda. You've got to play well. You've got to gel with the team. And he needs to pay back the faith that the team had in him. And so far, he's been able to do that. Played well last week. He's also now playing extremely well here today. Not messing around. And that's as well one thing that for GAIMIN Gladiators they've done through the opening 3 rounds. They're not messing around. They're playing key conventional siege, playing their operators well, clearing out positions, putting pressure onto ODIUM, who just can't deal with it. They can't deal with the death marks. They can't deal with the Hive Launch. They can't deal with the Kappa Tower. They're certainly not countering the Twitch. Everything that GG's throwing at them, GG's getting their way. We go to open area and Staff Room now for the 4th round off the back of this tactical timeout from ODIUM.
Yeah, I have Tuhan listed here as, I don't know if it's including some of the numbers from this game yet.
It was 9-0 in this game.
I've got him listed as 8-9 heading into the night. There may be a bit of time. I still haven't got the 3rd round through, so see if that updates. But I mean, it certainly wasn't a particularly bad debut for him on the roster, but...
Well, the 3rd round was actually where he popped off and got like 4.
Yeah, which makes me think it might be a combination of first game and then the first couple of rounds here.
So, where to for ODIUM? In some ways, the opening round, they sat basement. Didn't work. 2nd round, they tried to... Oh my god, Kryne is probably thinking he's actually got one. I've got one, boys! And then the headshot from Tuhan as Kryne was shooting at the kneecaps. Tuhan was shooting at the head. And he is having an amazing day. Double digits now. Another opening kill goes the way of GAIMIN Gladiators. It's the Legion as well. So you don't have that regenerative utility. Oh, the lobby drone, as that one just sits pretty. Good information for GAIMIN Gladiators, who quite honestly now teaching ODIUM a lesson.
Note as well, the Nook in play. Again, another beneficiary of the new patch. And Bank is probably the best map for Nook, generally speaking, anyway.
It certainly was pre-patch.
He'll work in ATMs and lobby for the moment and can post up. Good position to potentially catch anybody off-site. Anybody looking to maybe rotate around and hit a flank.
Always a good lurk down in towards Garage and to make your way up main if you want to. So much potential. Wettables, I think, is just having an absolute field day, though.
I think we might be getting 2 7-0s.
Well, my belief was the fact that, you know, you go on defense and you think about actually go back to that 2nd round, guys, where kind of GG fluffed to push in towards basement and Hale actually came down to a 1v1. Those are the kind of rounds like I usually look at and say, okay, surely somewhere along the lines ODIUM can find a round win on the defense. Like, I think attacking at times can be very difficult because you have to manage so much inside of the server and against such an experienced team. I don't imagine we're going to see ODIUM get a lot of attacking rounds, but I thought maybe on defense they might be able to get 1 or 2, maybe 3 if they're super fortunate, but unfortunately they just haven't actually done enough in the middle portion of these rounds. I mean, outside of that 2nd round, which was really a fluff, if anything, GG was a 4v1 and cooked up their entry down bot. So basement we go again, lockers and CCTV. They're going to mix it up, though. They're actually going to change it up quite dramatically, and I love, finally, that they're going to bring this Solus maybe to try and deny the Twitch play. They got the Fenrir as well. I think they're going to play a little bit more aggressively. I like the mirror smoke combo down below, so ODIUM will change it up. No Twitch, though, for GAIMIN Gladiators. Although at this point, you probably don't need it all that much anyway. With no Goyo, no real need, and they actually bring the Flores for now.
Yeah, back to that Tuhan point, I'm fairly certain it was 8-9 at the conclusion of Play-Day 1. And so 10-0 to bolster his stats here in the next following Play-Day.
I think actually what's more impressive, the 10 kills or the 0 deaths?
Combination of both. And the fact that they've contained 3 players from ODIUM 4 rounds in. to not a single kill. That's
Objective is to locate a
dominant.
bomb.
And that's what we wanted to see before
no, it is.
this game, right? You
They've-
mentioned if this was the likes of a Bleed in Asia going up against one of the lower rated teams, they go in and they are ruthless and 9 times out of 10 will demolish their opposition. GG, I think, have had doubts casted over their ability in the past to be able to do that, and
The diffuser.
doing that so far here tonight with Tuhan in the squad as well,
Yeah.
I think is very good to see from them.
Well, not done yet. Still 3 more rounds required for GAIMIN Gladiators. If not line, somewhat displacing Fisher Guy temporarily. But certainly the ease in which GG have gone about the middle portion of these rounds has been concerning for ODIUM. It's one thing if you can put up a bit of a fight, maybe later in the round, 20, 30 seconds to go, GG hits sight and do so incredibly efficiently, and yeah, you squander, but in these middle portions, they're just not really contesting well enough, not finding picks, not able to, roam around the map. Frag Grenade's going to push that player down blue stairs. That's Razor on the smoke, trying to play close contact, SMG-11 in hand. But as evident with this little push clear up towards the hallway, again, all going so wrong for ODIUM. Freelo droned out. They know he's in this hallway now, outside of stock, close by to Janitor. Wettables has already dropped. They're happy to just leave him there. They actually know they could just hit site 5-on-2 because they know Freelo's top floor.
Oh, they've just targeted him as well with the death mark. So Brendo can post up top square. Freelo's just laughing. He knows he's about to die.
Oh, well, there's one on either side of the hallway.
I mean, all you can do is laugh.
Brendo on one side. Wettables finds a second in the round, and Razor, who's playing his role. Smoke at blue stairs. He's done nothing wrong.
They haven't lost control of blue yet.
Yep. He's wondering what's everyone else doing. What's going on, guys? And in the end, Brendo puts an end to that round as we are very close to putting an end to this game. It's 5-0 for GAIMIN Gladiators, and they are toying with their opposition.
This is normally where you would come in with a fun fact that the last time we saw back-to-back 7-0s and O's.
I
don't know if we actually
I don't
ever
think we've
have
ever
seen
had it.
back-to-back
No, I
7-0s
don't
and O's
think so.
ever.
I think
It does not spring to mind. I know we've had more than one 7-0 across a regular stage, but
Obviously.
certainly, even in the same night, I think would be a stretch. Never mind back-to-back.
Yeah.
But certainly, the first game of the night, it came as much more of a surprise with Circular Spheres failing to show up. This game, though, is, I think, far more likely to be a very dominant one-sided match.
Outside of Hale, only 1 kill for the other 4 players.
That's crazy.
That is an incredible statistic.
Welcome to Tier 1 Siege, lads.
I mean, honestly, it's a really good welcome to Tier 1 Siege. I think that's actually a really good way to put it. I really want to emphasize to the audience that maybe are only just kind of tuning in and wondering, like, I mean, this is the second game in a row. That's a 7-0 OCE League, ha ha ha. But it's like, this is as large of a discrepancy as you're going to find at the Pro League level.
Like, again, this is what we were talking about, I think, last playday. This is the difference between the top 0.1% of players and the top 0.01.
Attackers must
Like,
locate and defuse
it doesn't sound like it's a major gap, but with GG having so much international experience, they've been together outside of Tuhan for ages
I mean,
now.
top 8 at an SI, and
Like-
you've got now ODIUM playing their first season of Pro League, players of which we've never seen at this level before. Even
And if you verse this ODIUM 5-stack and ranked, you'd probably get shit on. Like,
absolutely,
which is, I know it's difficult to conceptualize when
Yeah.
you're seeing them lose like this, but it's just the reality.
Yeah. And most importantly as well for ODIUM, right, they need this kind of lesson. They need to be able to, and also for a lot of the players on this GG roster, I remember when they all came in. And they all came in on shit teams and got absolutely, pumped by the old Chiefs rosters, the old Knights rosters, the old Wildcard rosters, all of those kind of top
Failed
teams.
to make Apex out.
Failed to make Apex out twice, mind you, twice. So they've been there, they've been in this position before. For ODIUM, this is now just their time to learn, go back, watch the VODs and think, okay, well, they're playing this like this. When we're over here, we need to do this. This is what a good team does. This is what the bad teams do. And they will learn from this experience. And that's really what this stage is for a team like ODIUM. Oh, what a turnaround from Brendo onto Hale. Well, Crying picks up a kill. Not going to change much for this round. Not going to change much for this particular match. Freelo also getting on the board now.
Wait,
with
where's
that
Crying?
one on to Brendo. And Crying,
You go for a jump out CEO or something?
I think he's just trying to run away.
Oh!
Oh, Sage gets absolutely put in the bin.
That might be the play of the match.
I tell you what, go for it, son. Straight up main. See what you can do. Through beepers, swing around. You're going to need to find 2 kills onto Edibles and Fisher Guy. 20 seconds. Don't know about that one. The impact's not going to do anything. And there's one above, though, in the hatch in towards Stock. That's going to be Edibles, who has prime position. Fisher Guy's actually out towards Stock as well. Neither of them are on site. Grind's like, where are they? Oh, there's nothing he can do. Game's lost.
You can stat pad. Oh, he doesn't even get the kill confirmed, though.
So, for the second time today, it's a 6-0 half. 7-0 in match 1. Went the way of Antic over Circular Spheres. And GAIMIN Gladiators now 1 round away from emulating that. Hale has to be getting that kill. Crine actually did go for quite a run outside. This is a lovely shot, at least onto Sage.
I didn't see if GG actually had a drone there, but I don't know. Oh no, obviously the run out. Yeah, Sage was just timing the wallbang. I kind of forgot that he went for an excursion through dirt. I was like, how is Sage just randomly wallbanging that? Yeah. But no, obviously makes sense.
We've got a technical pause here, actually, which is quite intriguing, because I feel like if you just give them another, what's that, 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes? We might not even need a. I think
Razor just needed to go toilet. Like, could you not have waited 3
minutes?
minutes?
Could you not just wait 3 minutes and the game's over? So apparently it is GAIMIN Gladiators, though.
Maybe that's the reason why.
It's GAIMIN Gladiators.
Oh, it is GG.
Yeah.
Just got to recompose here. Maybe they're feeling less confident.
Surely they
on attack.
They can just play
on defense. Sorry.
4v5 for the next round. I'm noticing you're wearing your 6 Invitational Sao Paulo shirt.
Yeah, I was there.
You did go there?
Yeah. You still got yours?
I do actually.
Does it fit you?
It does. I don't know why you'd say that, but anyway, it's only been a couple of months. Oh my god. Bit rude. Do you think that sleeve, the compression sleeve, helps wearables?
I actually used to be a sleeve enjoyer, especially during summer.
Okay.
Here in Australia, it can get quite like sticky. Muggy, humid, and your arm can stick sort of on your desk. It's a bit yuck.
Okay. It helps with that?
It also, yeah, in my opinion, it does. It is also the middle of winter, though, so I don't know how that would be an issue now, but
yeah,
probably just a comfort thing. And I'm a big believer of, if this is the kind of stuff you're going to do, like a lane environment or overseas or whatever, do it in your regular games, please. It's like that whole in-ear debacle we had with Oda back in the day. It's like,
no, I don't want to win it.
Play officials, hey.
Oh, they're so uncomfortable.
And then they got slammed at their first lane. It's like, yeah, because he didn't practice properly. But
yeah, any way that you can kind of set up your environment that's going to be emulated at a LAN environment as easily as possible. I was actually watching.
Did you see?
I was watching a video of Donk. Of all people, actually.
Really?
And it was very intriguing because, like, you think of, like, these pro players, it's got to be so specific.
Oh, I watched that as well.
Yeah,
and he's like, he just didn't care.
He's just like, my mouse pad goes here, monitor goes here. Maybe he's like, oh, the keyboard or whatever has to touch this portion of the mouse pad, and then that's it. And I think it was like Sponge was like, really? Like, that's it? Like, you're just so nonchalant, like, for one of the top fraggers. But
did you see the? I think it was Complexity that in their training center they have the ability to simulate a crowd environment with noise and lights and all kinds of stuff.
I like that. I like that.
A little bit different to playing in your bedroom like a lot of
that's true.
These players do.
And we've been able to have the privilege very recently of playing on a stage environment and how different it is with the.
There was no crowd though. It was just a tech rehearsal.
Well, it was just a tech rehearsal. We were helping out, but like when you're on the stage and it's so vast and open and it's so easy to just look up. And
it's a bit difficult to. It's tricky to lock in.
Yeah, it really is, especially when you're at home. Look at Tuhan. He is in the darkness. Playing very well, though. Tech pause over, fortunately, as we can head into the final round of this game, and it'll be a second 7-0, unless I've gone and jinxed it.
How do you think Tuhan, I don't want to jinx them qualifying for the major, but I mean, they are clearly going to be the favourites. How do you think he would go in Montreal?
I actually think he'd be fine, because he's with 4 other players and also a coach who's been there, done that. So you think back to, was it Copenhagen was, at the time, Bliss, their first like overseas venture. For them as a team, it was this whole new environment. So everyone was like navigating it together.
Do you remember, I'm pretty sure it was our first cast as well, the W7M matchup on Cafe and they got slammed.
Yeah.
Little did we know W7M when they're going to go on to be the best team in the world.
Exactly. So. But no, I think for Tuhan, I think you'd be able to just lean on that experience. You know everyone else around you is comfortable, been here, done that. They're going to be chilling, they're locked in. And I think you can then just like vibe with that.
Feed off it.
Feed off that, yeah, absolutely. So I think he'd be fine. He's also been around such a long time now that it feels almost like a given at some point that he was going to
Make a land.
make a land, make it go
As they
overseas.
say.
Yeah. So, and he's playing well. It's all about the preparation and the lead up as well. So this stage is super important for him. Glad he's playing well in this game, and
Yep.
the GAIMIN Gladiators now just looking to lock this one out 7-0 for what could be historical. Again, I don't really have the time to go and look up back-to-back 7-0s.
No community notes, so that must be true.
If we say it is, it's true.
Yep.
I would like ODIUM to also get around. I feel bad in some ways, but it's also polar opposites in terms of expectations on the stage for both of these two teams. For ODIUM, it's a matter of learning, taking the lessons, improving.
I'm not watching this game and going, wow, ODIUM are playing really poorly.
No, I'm watching this saying GG just absolutely way better, and that's the way that we should hope it goes.
Yeah.
I'd be very concerned if our region's top team loses to
Did you see
the new boys.
Ray's reaction when he died to the nitro there? Hopefully we get a replay of that. He was devastated.
It does suck to suck, though.
Oh, it wouldn't be a nice feeling. No.
It's not a nice feeling.
You don't go into this expecting to win, but you certainly never go into a match expecting a 7-0 loss.
Yeah, and then but the good thing for ODIUM is it sucks to suck, but you're also losing to the best team in the region. So that does help alleviate any potential concerns. It's not like you're getting beaten up by, Prodigy or
Well, it wasn't like their last play day, which was also...
Yeah, that sucks even more.
Yeah.
Ball back here, death mark, a little bit annoying for Brendo. Doesn't need to overplay that position. 200 on 3 HP. It'll be just fall back to site now. It's all locked and loaded for GG to close this one out. 5 players to 3. They can fall back, play basement. Force Cry and Freeload Hail to eventually hit site.
Yeah, they should still have a full belt of Denial Util information from Wet as well.
Double drop straight away. Actually, triple drop. Sorry, I'll take that one back. My mistake. Tuhan does get the kill. They'll know they're all just stuck in Vault as the flames burn around them. Same with the cash blowing. All too easy for GAIMIN Gladiators. Yeah, in the end, locked in. A very strong performance, and honestly very happy to see from them. Posed the question coming into the game, if they have that ruthless edge. There's your answer, Guz. They do.
Yeah. They quite literally did not put a single foot wrong at all during this match, really. Not any major mistakes that at least spring to mind sitting here right now in the post-match. 7-0 victory across the line. That's, 14-0 for the night now. And maybe OCE actually is a Farmers League.
Don't say that, Guz. Come on, seriously. Don't need to give those kind of misconceptions for this league. I think that's just a really good showing from the top team in the region versus, well, arguably maybe the bottom team in the region. It's going to happen from region to region, that discrepancy. Quite large. A lot of learnings, though, for ODIUM to take away from that matchup for GG. They get all 3 points. For us, we get to see what Rob has to think on the couch.